And good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, April 28th, 7:17 a.m. Just took the, sorry for my crappy camera work. I'm trying to get the other phone back into my pocket and carry a bag of stuff from 7-Eleven. I took the Route 17 the entire way home. With the light rail through downtown being so generally unpredictable, it just makes more sense to take the 17 the entire way home. It's a long stop and go ride down McDowell all the way from 79th Avenue to 83rd, or from 79th Avenue to 48th Street. I'm tired. But I'm glad I let out early yesterday, because I really do think that if I had, if I'd have just stayed at home, I'd have probably dozed back off and then decided to take one of my several different options to take the day off instead of going to work. And had a great night at work, actually. So I've said several times I've kind of become the pallet guy. There's some days I just choose not to do it. I'm just, feel too tired or too sore. But I mean, last night or night before last, I took the night off. So I was feeling good, feeling energetic. Oh, the grass is kind of wet. It looks like the city of Phoenix decided to water the bike route really good again. I wish they would really sort this out. Hey, maybe it's something I can tweet about. I did subscribe to, I guess the word is follow, now that I'm on Twitter. I did follow both of Mayor Kate's accounts, and I should probably follow my local city council member, and I'm forgetting his name at the moment, which is terrible. I normally can think of his name right off the top of my head. Also followed Governor Ducey. Not a fan, but I figure as vocal as I like to be about local transportation and other local stuff, I may as well be following them. I don't know if they'll pay attention to things I post, but I can at least give some snarky responses to them. There was something posted about, I forget what it was. Somebody did a tweet about something. It was actually, I think it was Governor Doug Ducey did a post about did a tweet about a fentanyl bust, and noticed that Mayor Kate follows him, so in response to that, and I also made sure I tagged Mayor Kate in, and it was just that's great. Now if only Mayor Kate and Phoenix PD can do something about all the people selling. Okay, that's cool as hell. Do something about all the people selling fentanyl at the bus stops. Said I can't even wait for a bus without somebody asking me if I need any blues. So hopefully, I'm sure I'm being ignored. I mean, God knows how many people respond to high-profile, people on Twitter like that. I'm sure I'm just a easily ignorable voice in the crowd, but maybe if I can include some pictures of stuff like flooded bike routes that the city is wasting water flooding. Doesn't seem like an intelligent thing to do in the desert, but as you see, City of Phoenix is doing it. Maybe if I get kind of vocal about this kind of stuff at on Twitter, somebody will notice that it's BS. people who ride their bikes on this bike route really shouldn't be having to ride through this much water when it's so totally dry out. And has been getting into the low 90s in the daytime. Like, why is it? Why is the city choosing to flood their bike route? It's kind of crazy. I'm like having I think I've had enough of this. I'm gonna cut up here to the squish, cut up here to the path. I've been thinking about like, so I didn't do any vlogs on Tuesday, but I was totally oversharing on Monday and totally oversharing yesterday. So I was thinking about like, hey, what story would I want to finish this morning? And none of them. No, I'm damn near home anyway. I did want to mention what happened at work today, because that was really cool and made me super glad I went in. As I was saying, I did go full bore on the pallets. And mind you, it's not somebody lost a rather nice Sketcher. Interesting. Anyway, it's not like it's the only thing I did. I mean, I did other water spider stuff throughout the night as needed, but my focus was largely on the pallets. And what randomly happened last night, and I'm not sure if it was just initiative of one of the forklift drivers who just decided he was gonna do that as a way to fill his time, or if maybe his supervisor, who is not my supervisor, suggested he did it. But I ended up with an assistant all night long, most of the night, and we kind of worked as a team. Obviously him using the forklift loading the truck, but then also helping me and pretty much following my lead on the pallets all night. And that was different and surprising. And for the most part, he's the only person I've ever seen, and I think he's a new guy, so it's probably the only reason why that made the effort to stack the pallets the way I do and have them neat. But I think he firsthand saw the difference, because it probably took 3 hours. They had the whole zone. Day shift had the whole zone completely full of pallets, and they had them in there just crooked as shit, and all the stacks touching each other and wobbly and whatnot. And it took about 3 hours for him to load it, because when they get piled in there like that, when the forklift drivers get in there and try to move them out of the zone and stack them up and put them in the trucks, they bump up against the other piles, and they come crashing down. So they end up having to try and stack them, and sometimes park their forklift and restack them, and it ends up making a lot of work. And granted, like the way I do it, it takes more time. And to most of the people at my end, the other water siders and the line loaders that are initially stacking the pallets as they empty them, it's like, well, why are you doing that? That's a waste of time. You don't need to do that. I don't need to do that, but it's, I'm paid by the hour. I may as well do this job right. And it makes it easier for the people down the line. But yeah, he noticed as soon as he got into the stuff I was doing, it's just like, it makes all the difference. I'm like, it's like I'm down to help you, and it made for a really pleasant night at work. A little different. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I hope that happens again. Of course, I'm not going in again until Sunday. I do need to do a full 4-day work week next week. And 2 weeks in a row of 2-day work weeks is gonna leave my finances kind of tight, but no penalty of work for that, other than being short on cash. Oh, look, I got another kitty over here. Hi, how are you? You look terrified. How you doing? I love the stray cats around here entirely too much. Anyway, thanks for coming with on the walk. I'm ready to call it a night, even though it's like solidly daylight now when I get home. But it was a good night, and I did say I was going to explain why I didn't go into work yesterday. Pretty basic. I just was up earlier than normal and got back to sleep early afternoon, and then by the time my alarm went off at 4, I was tired, and just too easy to roll over, look at the Amazon HR app, and look to see if there was an opportunity to take voluntary time off and take it. So glad I went in tonight. And I need to work a longer. I need to work a full week, at least 3 of my 4 days next week. I'm also considering. I signed up for an app called Winolo, which gives you shots at doing rather crappy jobs, but at higher than average pay. And it looks like I've got an opportunity, if I want to do it, on Saturday evening, or maybe even Friday and Saturday evening. Of course, that would impact my time to work on my music, but it's not like I'm going to get paid for doing that right now. But have an opportunity to work just doing general labor and cleaning down at the airport for Sky Chefs. It's extra money. It's extra money to throw at my debt, which is a good thing. So I think I'm going to do it. And I'm reasonably sure that's the app that Garfield's been telling me about for months that he gets extra work on. So who knows? Maybe I'll run into him, since I hardly saw him at all this week. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk. And if I do decide to do it, I'll be talking about it on this, because nothing like following a guy with an exceptionally mundane life. Thanks for joining me.